So, we're going to start off by going with what is Black Desert and should you play it? Well, for starters, Black Desert is actually a sandbox Korean MMO that has been out on PC since 2014 and just released on Xbox in March of 2019 and most recently PS4 in August of 2019. So some of you might be questioning what is a sandbox MMO. Well, there are actually two typically types of categorized MMOs, which are theme park and sandbox. Theme park is what most people are used to. Theme park is things like World of Warcraft, where they stick to a strict path to allow you to progress and stay on track. Like, hey, you're going to start here, you'll follow our path, kind of like staying on the rails like a roller coaster would, and hence the name theme park. Sandbox, it basically allows you to do whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want, much like a child would, and much like in a sandbox. You can just kind of play around, do whatever you want. Now, there are more efficient ways to do things. However, you can do it at your own rate. You can progress however you want, and there are many different ways to play a sandbox. And that is what Black Desert is. Um, but with Black Desert being a Korean MMO, you can actually expect it to be extremely grindy, very slow progression, and limited endgame. So, Black Desert is also debatably pay to win. There are many things that involve real life transactions that severely enhance gameplay. Most of those things are actually for convenience purposes, which make it easier to grind or enjoy the end game. However, most of these things are strictly for that. They're strictly for convenience, and they allow you to accelerate life skills, or certain things make it easier to loot, but there are very few things that actually make you stronger than other players. And a lot of the strongest players in the game are actually free-to-play players. Black Desert is also focused on open world PvP. So there's like open world combat where you can be grinding mobs, and all of a sudden you're engaged in PvP combat to hold down your spot, or you lose it and somebody takes it from you. There's also a lot of organized PvP where it's guild versus guilds. There's things called node wars, which you fight over a territory, and whoever's the strongest guild that places on that territory gets to keep it. So there's a lot of PvP in this game, and that's why most people do play the game. Black Desert also has a very large community that focuses on strictly on life skills. The life skills in this game are extremely in depth, and a lot of people play Black Desert for the same reason they played games like RuneScape, for wood cutting and fletching and everything. Black Desert has life skills just like that, but much, much, much more in depth. So, if you buy Black Desert, which version should you buy? I personally started the game with the Ultimate Edition. I broke down all the value in it, and it's slightly over $260 in value for useful things that you will use while playing Black Desert. It's not just like some filler crap where they're like, here's some useless crap to make you spend more money. They actually do give you stuff that's actually useful. The Deluxe Edition and Starter Editions are also fine, though. They're both great. The starter is obviously just that. It's just to get started. And the deluxe is the middle ground. If you are someone that's absolutely in love with the idea of Black Desert and you plan on committing to it, there's also some easy things you do you can do before you even start the game. The game actually allows you to buy both the Ultimate and the Deluxe Editions and reap the rewards from both. Also, when the game goes on sale, if you didn't originally buy it on sale, you're able to buy both the Deluxe and the Ultimate again. So this actually allows you to buy both the Ultimate and the Deluxe twice, once while on sale, once while not, and reap the rewards every single time. This is personally what I've done, and it is very, very, very worth it. And I've actually saved a lot of in-game money and a lot of real money for stuff in-game that I would have bought anyways by doing this. Now, if you plan on committing to Black Desert, or it's something that really piques your interest, it's honestly really a no-brainer to reap the rewards. But that's your personal choice. Most of my guild has done so, and I just think it's a really good idea. Now, there are other factors of Black Desert and soon-to-be games that branch off of Black Desert. Black Desert is currently what we like to call an alpha game. It's very finished in a sense of graphics. It looks really good, as you can see. There's a lot of good details about everything. However, there are certain aspects of the game that feel like it's in alpha testing still, or beta test, much like PUBG, or much like, you know, H1Z1 was for a really long time. There's the gameplay of those games makes it worth playing, but there are still obvious bugs and obvious things that could use some massive improvement. Black Desert falls into the same category. With that being said, though, you know, it still has a very large player base, and it's probably my favorite game out right now. Games that Pearl Abyss, aka the makers of Black Desert, well, now the owners of Black Desert, it was originally Cacao Games, but Pearl Abyss are coming out with soon are Shadow Arena, which was temporarily out on PC, which is a Black Desert Battle Royale. There were some issues with PC players exploiting and or hacking, so they pulled it out of the game, but they are making it a standalone game. So it will be just that, and they're revamping it so it cannot be exploited or anything. And that's expected to drop sometime in 2020. And then Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert has a lot of speculation, but very little actual knowledge. It is going to be another MMO designed by Pearl Abyss. Now, we don't know if it's going to be like how, for example, Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 were. We don't know if it's going to be like the sequel to Black Desert and pull most of the players away to go play it, or if it's going to be something completely different and two completely separate games. We will see, but that's also something to look forward to. And, you know, if you're potentially interested in either of those games, you know, Black Desert wouldn't be bad just to get familiarized with the company and the way things work as well. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I got as far as that goes, and I hope to see you in the Black Desert world, and if not, maybe in a different game that comes out some other time. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you.